We're a few days away from New Year's Eve, and that time of the year, this time of the year, is really when all of us start thinking about resolutions. And let's talk for a minute. What is a resolution? Well, a resolution is usually you listing or me listing off something that I want different in life, something I want to change. So, you know, I look in the old resolutions book here, and I might find, oh my goodness, there's pages of things that I want different in my life. And historically, we would take and make resolutions around New Year's, and we would talk about maybe it's we want to trim up, we want to be more fit, we want to get out more, we want to read different books, we want to watch less television, you know, all of those kinds of things. There's a lot of things that we have resolution now. How does a resolution work? Well, arguably, I'd even ask, do resolutions work? And I would kind of come down on the side of the coin saying they don't. Resolutions don't work, and here's why. For the most part, resolutions rely on willpower. They rely on you drawing a line in the sand so deep and so firm that you just will not step over that line in the sand until the day that you do. So you might decide that you're going to be fit. You might take and buy a gym membership, and you pay for some personal training. You do all those great things, and week one, bang, you're in there and you're working out. The muscles are hurting, sore. You're kind of wondering, oh, was this a smart thing to do? But hey, yeah, I want to be fit. And you keep going. You push through, and you're in there week two, maybe a little less than you were in week one. Week three, a little bit less as well. And then life happens. Your environment, all of those things that got you to where you were in your fitness level before you made the resolution come bombarding back in on you. You know, you're busy at work, family life is busy, you've got friends calling, they want you to go out and do different things. There's all kinds of things that you were doing before that start to come back into your life after you make the resolution. And it comes down to, in the world of resolutions, do you have the willpower to take and hold on to the resolution and accomplish that? And you know, willpower, in my estimation and in my sort of view, doesn't work. It doesn't work. So I have a little story. Years ago, I used to smoke, and it's not something I was proud of, but whatever its purpose was, it seemed to serve it, because hey, I enjoyed smoking my cigarettes, and I probably, when I was smoking, if I think, probably 2/3 of a pack of cigarettes a day. Never a pack a day, but probably up to 2/3 of a pack of cigarettes a day. And I made lots of resolutions, not always at New Year's, often at New Year's, but throughout the year as well. I would make resolutions about, Tony, that's it, no more smoking. And I would take and you know, I'd be really energetic about it. I'd crush that cigarette pack and I'd throw it in the garbage, and I used matches. Never had lighters, but throw the matches in the garbage, and it was, that's it, I'm not smoking. And you know, my nerves would get a little jangled because that nicotine's not coming in. The social aspect of going out and having a cigarette with coworkers, that couldn't do that because, you know, that didn't feel at all comfortable. And the pressures of the job, stress, you name the excuses, you name the reasons. But my environment came bombarding in on me, and before I knew it, maybe it was a week, maybe it was 2 weeks, I don't know. But before I knew it, time and time again, out went the resolution, in came that pack of cigarettes, and I started smoking again. I was never happy that I started smoking again, but I did. I started smoking again. Until the day I stopped smoking. And here's the difference. Here's the story. For years, I was practicing martial arts, and I've told this story to a number of people. So some of you that are watching the video, you know this story. Anyway, I was in martial arts for a number of years, and about 4.5 years into my training, I was ready to test for my black belt. So first degree black belt, ITF style taekwondo, unified style taekwondo, and I was excited. And it was a grueling test. It goes on for hours. Anyway, finish the test, we head home, and I've got just enough time to take and clean up, you know, relax a little bit, clean up, and then go to the celebratory dinner at the restaurant with the rest of the school and with the grandmaster that tested me. And so, you know, we get home, I change my clothes, wipe the blood off the body here and there. And first thing I do is I go out for a walk. And what do? I grab my pack of cigarettes, get out of the house, I'm walking, I light a cigarette, and I'm walking down the block. And I physically stopped. And it was just like, what, excuse me, but like, what the hell am I doing? I am a black belt in Taekwondo. Black belts in any martial arts. Black belts in Taekwondo do not smoke. I don't smoke. I'm a black belt and I don't smoke. And I threw that cigarette out. Grabbed the next garbage can along the side of the road that came along, threw the pack of cigarettes out, and I've never smoked since. I'd like to say I didn't have the single craving after I made that statement, and that's almost the case. I did have a little bit of craving here and there, but only for a couple of days, and it went away. Now, what's the difference between my making dozens of resolutions, time and time again throughout the years, about quitting smoking, and doing that black belt test, and not smoking? Well, first I'd like to say, you know what, you are all welcome to go out and practice a martial art, because it will rock your world and it will change your life. But that's not the difference. The difference was that in that moment, in that day, I shifted my identity. I moved from somebody who was thinking about quitting smoking to an identity of someone that does not smoke. I shifted my identity. I shifted my vision of who I was and who I was going to continue to be into the future. And it worked. And it will work every time. So at this time of the year, as great as it is to be thinking about the resolutions, the things you want different in your life, the things that you want to invite into your life, the things you want out of your life, the changes that you want, as great as it is to think about them in the terms of resolutions that rely on your willpower and your ability to hold all of the rest of the world away from you while you try and do that, maybe it's better to establish a clear vision of what you want in your life and who you need to be to have that. Because when you get clear on your vision and you get clear on who you want to be, who you need to be to have that in your life, the rest is almost easy. It's not hard. It takes some concentration. It takes some work. You've got to get into action on those things. But it makes all the difference between making a resolution and saying, I've got the willpower, versus I have the vision and here's the identity. This is who I need to be. This is who I am in order to get that. So think about that over the next few days as we come up on New Year, and also think about that throughout the year and the years to come, because we're always, should be, inviting new things into our lives. We should always be taking stock of what we have in our lives and what things we need to get rid of. What served us today may not serve us tomorrow. What served us last year might not serve us this year. So we want to be looking at those things. We want to decide, what do we want to keep? What do we want to get rid of? We want to have a vision of where we're going, a clear roadmap, a sight line to who we want to be and what we want in our lives. So think about that. Be the best you can be. Have an incredible 2018 and every year forward. And I look forward to talking to you again soon.